Hey everyone, Rhonda Robson with Rhonda's Tri-RRR-tistry, and thank you so much for joining me on my fluid art channel. Today we're going to do a beautiful Dutch pour technique, and I'm going to show you some finger swipes. It just adds just a little bit of depth and texture to your project. So let's go ahead and get started right away. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put down a base paint, and I'm going to use this Creative Inspirations Deep Violet. I do a two-part Floetrol, two-part paint, one part water with a little bit of GAC, and I use that as my base paint. I'm also using this yellow, this Arteza yellow, and this cobalt blue, Artist Loft, and Arteza, kind of like a coral color, pink coral, and then these two blues, one's Arteza metallic blue, or Artist Loft metallic blue, and then an Arteza blue. And then I also am going to use this medium bright garnet. It's really a pretty garnet color. So I'm just going to make sure that the paint is ready to go. And then we're just going to pour a little bit right here in the center. And then I'm going to spread it out using, I have this like, I don't know, spatula or whatever that I use to spread. I have a new one that I like better than this one. This one has kind of like a humped, or it has like a, you know, like a roundness to it, and it doesn't spread the paint near as well as a flat one would. So then I start using my palette knife because I was struggling kind of pushing the paint to the side. So I'm just going to let you watch me finish this up, getting this set up for the Dutch pour. But just make sure your sides are also done too. You don't want that white to show through. A lot of times I will paint the sides before I do my Dutch pour, but today I had a white canvas. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to put your colors down once you get your base on there, and it just depends on what kind of composition that you're looking for, but I'm kind of looking for some negative space with some blowout, right? And then a lot more paint kind of in the middle and on that side. And so I'm just kind of layering the paints, not directly on top of each other, but just slightly to the side sometimes. And then of course, sometimes I do put it on top a little bit, but you want all the colors to be seen. Sometimes Dutch pours, they mix too much together and then you get some muddiness. So now what I'm doing is I'm putting a little bit of the purple on the sides of these colors to help the paint flow across, because if you don't have enough paint on your canvas, the color won't glide across that color. So that's what I'm doing right there. Before we get started, I wanted to pop some of the bubbles. So then I just kind of start from the center and I blow out. And it's not up here at the top blowing very well, so I must not have put enough paint up there. But you can see all the colors that I have, and then I'm blowing this one too. Now you can do that instead of in one sweep motion. You could also do a couple, like one off to the side and one into the other direction, but I wanted it to be more uniform, so that's the reason why I did it that way. But now you can kind of see down here I want it kind of spread a little bit more, so I went one direction, another direction, and then I kind of curved it up into it. So that's how I did that. And then now what I'm doing is I'm just kind of mixing it a little bit more with the purple to make it more spread out. Then I'm going to use this tool, and I start with the tool, but you're going to see here in a moment that I use my fingers. And what I was trying to do was just kind of bring the three prongs of this more together. And the tool wasn't working the greatest. So I will start my finger swipes here in just a minute. So here's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to start using my finger, but if you've got a glove on, make sure you don't have any creases. That's why I pulled my glove back. And then you're going to want to bring the purple or your base paint in towards the center, and that's what I'm doing right there. You're going to see me do this in several areas, and I like to work in odd numbers. So whether that's 3 or 5 or 7 in an area, it just is more pleasing to the eye instead of even. So anyway, I'm just going to let you watch me as I do this, and then I'll come back and talk a little bit more. But see how bringing that purple into that red, kind of almost making little petals, just looks really nice. I really like how that's looking. It helps soften some of the edges that are a little bit more harsh from the blow dryer. Maybe I didn't have enough paint to make it softer. It just makes it just that much, I don't know, just that much better. At the end of some of these, I kind of curl it up and into like a little spiral. It just helps with the flow and with the look of it for the composition. Obviously, if you don't like the little swirls, don't put the little swirls in. This is for you, right? Make it how you want to make it. And do you see right now I am actually touching up the sides, trying to decide if I want to do any more finger swipes. And if you look at the front there, not where I'm touching up, you can see how the white canvas is shown behind that. That's why several times I actually paint the sides and the canvas of the canvas before I do a Dutch pour, because quite often the white of the canvas shows through. And then it's really hard because I love the edges, like in the corner on the right hand side. See how the paint color kind of came over the side? I love that look, but it's hard to keep the sides looking cool if the purple isn't over the top. Anyway, just me rambling on. But that's the reason why I paint my sides typically. For some reason I didn't on this one. So I'm just going to spend some time just touching up the edges here before I show you the varnishing of this piece and the end results. All right, so here's how this one turned out. That purple is almost black purple, like just super deep. I like it. There's some parts of this I don't like. It's a little overblown, but for the most part, I'm still learning how to do a really nice Dutch pour. I do like the added swishes in here where I drew the purple inside in here when I did that, and I did a little swiggly there. So I do like that. These colors were really cool to work with this purple. And it just dried really dark. So anyway, well, thanks for watching me today, and we will see you next time. Bye for now. Bye. Okay, so I'm gonna varnish this now. I use a sponge on this one just to kind of get it wet and help the Liquitex gloss flow over top of it. But I don't like using sponges because you can kind of see how they leave streaks. So I'm just putting it on there, getting the bubbles popped, and then I'm actually going to dump a little bit on here in just a moment. You're going to see that. So now let's just dump this, and then we'll just go side to side, and there it is. So now there's some bubbles in there that I need to pop, but other than that, it worked out much better. All right, well, here is the end results of this one in the light outside and this beautiful fall day. I love it. I love how the dark purple just contrasts against that blue and that red. Really looks pretty. I was kind of hoping for a little lighter purple, but I actually really like it. So I hope you do too. All right, let me know what you think. Bye. Thanks for joining me today. And if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing and clicking that notification bell. And if you like this video, I bet you're gonna like these as well. Thanks a lot and have a great day. Bye. Bye.